Bellator 180 MMA comes to Madison Square Garden. That's Saturday, June 24th. Once again at Madison Square Garden. It's Media Week here in New York City, so let's go to the interviews.
Really, it's the week of is like I said, I'm just enjoying the process, enjoying this. A lot of just hanging out in the hotel, walking around New York, doing a few things when you get bored. But just fulfilling my obligations, and then really it's just kind of a hurry up and wait week. You want Saturday to be here and you want to just do it, but you have 5 days prior, and so for me it's just keeping it light, having fun. We're always laughing. We'll get probably 8 different coffees throughout the day, different coffee spots, and just really it's a routine. I've done it so many times, and with my team, I have a great team. We just have fun.
What's the diet like?
The diet, it's I'm not on a super regimented. This is what I have to do because my weight's good. I weighed in at 215 when I got here. So I have 10 pounds. I mean, that's an hour. So for me, it's just I eat healthy. I eat real food. Last night I had salmon, veggies. I have those sweet potatoes. I went to Whole Foods for lunch. Just got the little hot bar thing. So it's just eating real food, and I don't have to watch it and watch everything. And there's other times where last 2 fights ago where I was bigger, I came in at 222, instead of 215. And that's just a testament to the amount of work I've done this camp and the volume and whatnot. So I just feel good.
Have you taken a walk around Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, I've been in there. I've been in there before and whatnot, and we were right across the street in the hotel we're staying at. And so, yeah, for me, it's one of those things where it's a big deal, but it's not at the same time. It's a bucket list thing. It's awesome to fight in Madison Square Garden. Weigh in on scales that Frazier and Ali weighed in on, and then for me it's just I could fight in my front yard. I fought in a bullfighting ring in Mexico, and I fought in 60,000 fans in Sweden. So I fought all over the world in all different types of arenas and spaces, and it's all the same when you're fighting. But the difference will be, when I have that belt, I'm sitting in the back in Madison Square Garden, watching the pay-per-view, having a good time and letting everything sink in. I just fought in Madison Square Garden, this nostalgic, storied arena in front of friends and family in New York City, one of the greatest cities in the world, greatest arenas in the world, and I have that belt sitting next to me. I'm part of history, so that's what's going to be cool about it. Yeah.
How's your boxing skills?
They're good. I've been one thing that's different in this camp compared to any other camp is the amount of drilling I've done, and it's new coaching staff and whatnot. And it's new to me. I come from a wrestling background where we always drilled, but it was more of all right, let's warm up and let's go live and let's go hard. For me, so it's a different approach, putting in all that technique work, and I've been doing that since October, before my fight with Nogueira, all through now. And so that was one of the difference in this camp, and I feel like I've technically grown as a fighter more in this last 6 months or so than I have in the previous 5 years in that short span. So that's one thing that's different, and one thing that's going to make a difference.
Well, MMA and boxing are about to sort of make history
here.
Yep. Do you think McGregor can be competitive with someone like Mayweather or MMA? Or
it's a tough question. With in straight boxing, he's going up against one of the best ever. That's made other great boxers look silly. But at the same time, MMA striking is different. There's going to be different angles, and Mayweather's not going to be used to that. Those weird, funky MMA angles that aren't technically right in boxing and whatnot. So I think he's going to play it safe. Mayweather is, and kind of do what he's always done. And stay behind his shoulder and jab more. And I think it's actually going to go to a decision. And I think McGregor's going to connect a few times. And I think McGregor's going to do what he usually does and be safe and not give an opportunity to get off on him.
And just quickly, endurance. Do you think MMA endurance? What's the difference between that, Phil, and boxing?
If it was somebody like Pacquiao who's on you all the time, and it's quick, and you have to be reacting and ready at all times, I think that would kind of drain you. But with Mayweather, he kind of stays back, and it's more of a defensive boxer. So McGregor can kind of push his pace, and if he needs a breather, he can kind of step back, and there's not going to be a lot of action. And so I think he's going to be fine.
Okay, and anything special for your fight?
just looking forward to it. I finally get this opportunity, and this is a lifetime kind of goal of mine. I've been, I had a lot of achievements in wrestling, even in football, collegiate wrestling. I never had a chance to fight for a mixed martial arts belt in any organization. So this is a time for me to, have that memento to kind of look at and say that's a fruition or a lifetime of work come to fruition. So that's my goal.
Okay, thank you. Say a shout out to your fans.
I just want to thank everybody who supported me and, tune in on Spike. June 24th is going to be a great fight and see a belt wrapped around my waist.
We're two different fighters now, and I can speak for myself. I'm a different fighter now. He can be whoever he wants. Speaking for I'm a different fighter now, and so I've had the chance to really just keep growing. And a lot of times when you're forced to fight, you're training for that particular guy. You don't get the chance to grow in between fights. But I've been able to have a decent amount of downtime where I'm just in the gym, working on specific skills, and not necessarily working on getting in shape or being fit. Just working on one skill and going into the gym with one goal. Right? Maybe it's my left hand, my right hand. Maybe it's just my footwork, my kicks, whatever. Just working on one thing at a time and knocking down a goal and checking that off the list and moving on to the next skill.
How much not fighting at 4 a.m. this time is going to change the performance?
Man, it's just, well, you guys know, it's some of you guys were there at that fight, and I was talking to somebody earlier, like, yeah, I was pressed for that one, and I was falling asleep in the back. I was like, well, nobody wanted to be there. No one wanted to be in an arena from 11 p.m. till almost 6 in the morning. It was awful. I remember we were getting back, and continental breakfast at the hotel had already started. It was just a dumb idea from day one. Like, I don't even know whose idea that was. It's a bad idea. But now that we're not fighting at 4 in the morning, it'll be a much better fight. It will be a much better.
So, if this plays out perfectly for you on Saturday, what does that kind of look like in your mind?
I don't know. I'll tell you why. Because sometimes a first round finish is it leaves fans unsatiated. Sometimes you want like a good back and forth and then a finish. Everybody loves Mike Tyson, but secretly everybody is like a 12-second knockout leaves me needing something else. You know what I'm saying? Dang it, So I think it's going to be, I think a perfect fight would be second round finish.
When you kind of arrived in Bellator, did you set yourself new goals, new objectives, and what other?
So what now?
Did you set yourself new goals, new objectives when you arrived in Bellator?
I set new goals every day, man. I set new goals every day, every week, and I try to carry that through, and Bellator is no different. And definitely, I look at the guys we have on the roster, and I look at the things I want to do in the sport, and set them up and knock them down.
What was the goal today?
What was the goal today? Just don't slap anybody at the press conference. That's my goal today.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
You were talking about training with Alex Gus a minute ago. When you kind of look at the 205 division now in the UFC, do you think he's the best there is?
It's hard for me to say that because he has a loss to Daniel Cormier. He also has a loss to the not-so-champion John Jones. So, is he? I mean, he's right there. Both razor-thin fights with both of those guys. So he's right there. Nobody wants to fight him, if that's what you mean. Nobody wants to fight him again. Everybody, Daniel Cormier got out of there with a slight win. He really escaped that one close. And John Jones, they gave him a win. I don't know how he won that. He lost pretty decisive to me, but whatever. I'm not a judge. I'm just a guy who watches fights, who actually happens to fight. But that's just me.
How much did your life change since you got a title? Like, is it what you think it would be?
I try to. I don't really think about it that much because I'm still in it. So if you, I don't want my life to change. I want to change after I'm done fighting. I still want to be hungry and look to knock down all my goals, and really that's just having the belt and continuing to win and build my legacy.
What would you think it plays into your favor that you've already been with Bellator for a few fights and you're fighting a guy that's just coming into a new promotion that has to worry about all the new things that
A lot of people don't do well the first fight in. It's a little bit of jitters, They have to, they gotta kind of have to show off for the new boss a little bit, And as much as I think he would say, oh no, I'm just gonna go in, it's just another fight. It's not another fight, it's your first day at school, and I'm the cool kid because I have a belt. So he's in it.
you have 10 more minutes to work with this time if you need it. In what way do you think the 5-round format improves this fight from the previous one, or just changes the dynamic of the fight altogether?
Well, I outlast everyone. That is it. I'll outlast everyone. I'll outwork anyone. So.
I might have missed it. You said you're different this fight from last fight. What's the difference and what made the difference? Different training or what? How did the growth occur?
I tell you what it is. It's just asparagus.
Oh, okay.
Asparagus. Just add that into my diet, about 3 or 4 pounds a day. No. This guy, yeah. No, this guy was eating white or green. Yeah.
Well, I got some nephews that need some diet tips,
Yeah.
so anyone that you can give.
So it's for me, what makes the difference just being having more time in the game, just being more mature with everything from my training to just learning more. I'm still very new at this sport. I went from an amateur, learning how to punch someone in the face after I graduated from college in 2008 to fighting a former world champion, Rashad Evans, in 3.5 years. And so I had to play catch up a lot of my career and catch up to the guys. Everyone who I fought has had more time training than I have. So I have been able to have a lot of success despite that fact. But for me, I always want to. It's not just about being good. I can do that. I really like to be great at something. I want to have that separation between me and then the rest of the field.
And you're in Madison Square Garden. It was a long time coming to mixed martial arts to New York City.
Yes.
So, it's still a celebration. So how does it feel to come to Madison Square Garden?
I haven't been yet. I haven't been to Madison Square.
You're here now.
Close enough.
It's just down the street.
It's great, man. It's awesome, and I'm glad I get to be here and represent Bellator, defend my title here. It's just so many positives. I can't think of anything better.
Okay. Hey, and there's also going to be history with McGregor and Mayweather. What do you think about that? Do you think he has enough boxing skills, or?
No. But I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
I think I'll watch it.
Oh, all right.
But I don't know. I don't know if he wins that. But yeah, it'll be fun, and he'll make it awesome.
Thank you. Hey, give a shout out to your fans.
Hey, thank you guys for hanging out with us right now. Tune in on Saturday, live on Spike TV. Find me on Instagram at PhilMRW, on Twitter, Phil Mr. Wonderful.
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from New York City. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.